Are your granddaughters?
They are 6 and 8.
Would you support them to get hormone blockers to become the other gender?
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers. The idea of one of my granddaughters learning that they're going to start having their period if they don't get their hormones blocked, even though they're identifying and portraying as a male. How horrible that would be. So yes, definitely.
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult. I always told my 3 sons the one thing I ask is please don't get tattoos.
Really? Why tattoos?
There's just something so permanent about it.
Permanent?
It's pretty permanent. It's very difficult to get them lasered off or removed.
You don't think it's like permanent to change your gender? How old?
I'm willing to bet that if this conversation happened on the Twitter, this blonde chick would be blocked. And it's important to understand what exactly is happening here. You see, she's not talking to a rational person. She is talking to a zealot. In this particular case, it's a zealot of the left-wing variety. And what zealotry is adopting an ideology that gives you absolute certainty in how the world works. And so the world is black and white. Your ideology is on the side of good, and everything else is on the side of bad. So there are no shades of gray, there's no context, there's no nuance. And so when you're arguing with the zealot, it's really important to understand that the zealot, he doesn't have values. A zealot has a handful of conclusions, and they'll try to use any argument possible in order to reach those conclusions. And so if the zealot had values, they would basically say, well, I don't want anything permanent on my grandchildren because my grandchildren aren't grown up, and when they grow up, they may regret it. And so I don't want a tattoo, and I don't want them to decide what gender they are before they're adults. That's what's having a value. It means consistency. It means that even with things that you disagree with, because you have those values, you will apply them even to things that you normally wouldn't. So, for example, I have the value of free speech, right? And so I don't like cancel culture. And unless I see someone trying to cancel other people, I generally don't care about like what type of person they are. I don't care about their ideology. Like, I will defend them because that's my value, right? And a lot of people, they don't like people with values and they think that's wrong. But this is how I am. This is how I was raised. It's not always positive, like sometimes you may defend the person and then they turn back on you. But again, having values means consistency. It means doing the right thing even when you believe that you shouldn't. Having conclusions is what a leftist would do. A leftist would do it's like, no, right-wingers should be silenced. And so they will use any argument in order to reach that conclusion, regardless if the right-winger has done anything negative to them or not. And this is exactly what you see here, right? Like, this lady believes that transitioning is a moral good, that it pushes society forward. And so every single argument, like there is no exception where she will say that transitioning is wrong for children. And so there is no point arguing with these people. And I will also explain why. You see, recently I realized that stepping away from arguments is actually better. And it feels like cowardice, doesn't it? Like stepping away from an argument or conceding defeat. It feels that you're allowing them to win. But in reality, if you actually realize that on social media there are certain people that are arguing not to understand, but in order to quote-unquote win, then you know that the game is stacked against you. Because that person is never going to concede, right? You're arguing with the zealot. And so because of that, no additional research is needed. Like, she's not actually going to try and see what the side effects are. She's not actually going to try to question other people that had their kids transitioning and see if they had a positive outcome or not. She's not going to look into obesity rates for people that take puberty blockers. She's not going to she's not going to look into risks of blood clots or cancer or anything like that. Because those aren't things that lead her to the conclusions that she wants to know. And the conclusion that she needs to know is that puberty blockers are safe, effective, and reversible, right? So usually when she hears another argument, because she's a zealot, she's either going to block people or she's going to try to say whatever can be said in order for that person to back down. And again, this is just like what some people are. It's a personality trait. I don't think like it's inherent to leftism. It's just like there are certain people out there that behave like this. You know, like they will find an ideology that they like, which I guess like allows them to simplify the world. The world stops being complex. It stops having nuances. It's not about trade-offs. It's just about right or wrong. And anyone that doesn't meet that conclusion is wrong. And so this is why I have decided to stop arguing with zealots. I realized, especially on social media, that zealots are kind of like human DDoS machines. Like they're DDoSing you. They're trying to waste your time. What do I mean by this? I'm pretty sure all of you have this experience. You go on social media and you find a person that starts arguing with you, sometimes over trivial shit, sometimes over whatever, and they argue by asking you questions. And you quickly realize that they're not asking you questions in order to try and clarify your position, to better understand your point of view. No, they're asking you questions in order to waste your time, in order to DDoS you. Or to get you to say the soundbite that they can paste to their friends in order to get their friends to harass you. And they will do something like, they will ask you a very low IQ question. Like, for example, well, why would you say that kids cannot consent to transitioning their gender? And you would make an argument and they would be like, do you have a source? And so now you're spending like 5 minutes trying to find the source, and you find the source. I don't like the source. It's right-wing. It's biased source. You ask the AI, you're asking Grok, you're so pathetic. This is how they're arguing, right? Because again, like their purpose when they're arguing is not to understand, it's to win. Like they want to win the conversation. And so the smartest thing to do is to disengage. Because the game is stacked against you. You're not going to win against a person that's not going to accept any argument, but is playing in bad faith. Like they're asking you to do research for them, to work like a slave, and then they're going to dismiss the research anyway. Like there is absolutely nothing you can show them that is going to convince them. And when you disengage, it looks like you're actually ceding ground. It looks like you're giving up. But the reality is that you're saving your sanity. You're actually saving your resources in order to talk to people that actually matter, to have productive conversations. And if most of society would realize this, then these people would be isolated, right? Like they would genuinely start to scream at the ether because they only have power over people that allow them to have power. If nobody listens to them and just blocks and moves on, then they get isolated. Because there's more normal people out there than there's people that are zealots. Like, a zealot is, in my opinion, a mentally ill person. Like, they are not fit to understand the world. Because they don't want to understand the world. They want to reach their conclusions all the time. And so, this is how leftists argue, right? And this is the tactic that I've discovered works best against them. Like, first, you need to assess if the person is a zealot or not. And when you notice the tactics, when you notice, because like they don't invent new tactics. It's kind of like the same 2 or 3 tactics that they copy paste from each other, right? Because they see their friends doing it and it's monkey see, monkey do. When you see the tactic, just disengage. It's not worth it. Like you're actually damaging your own psyche and well-being by staying online on social media, doom scrolling and interacting with these people. The correct solution is to do action. Right? Like when it comes to a Bud Light company that's promoting woke shit, don't buy it. Like that hurts them more than if you manage to own 10 leftists on Discord. When it's time to vote for the party that pisses them off. That hurts them more than if you manage to put 6 people on Twitter in their place. When it comes to purchasing, right? Purchase shit from other people that share your values. That hurts them more than if you manage to get 2 leftists blocked on social media, even though it feels cathartic when you get abuse and you report one and they actually get banned, But my point is that disengaging against people that are disingenuous, and this is the important part, right? Like you don't disengage against people that genuinely try to have a conversation. Because there may be normal people that genuinely try to see your point. Or, like you can have a person that just disagrees with you, that's fine. right? Like not everyone has to agree with you, but you can notice the way they're behaving. You can notice their tactics. A person that genuinely disagrees with you is a person that is calm about it, is rational. And they may, like, if you provide them with a compelling point, they may actually interact with it. A person that just, like, makes you do research, and when you show them the research, they just slap it out of your hand and then demand more, it's a person that's a DDoSer. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.